Okay, men, this is Mr. H with an animation tutorial. We're going to start frame-by-frame animation today. Create a new flash file. And we're going to do a bouncing ball. So I'm going to choose my oval tool and draw a ball. If you hold Shift down, it makes it perfectly circular. I'm going to go over here, change the stroke to 3. See if that affects anything. A little better. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to move it. And if your timeline isn't showing, double click down there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start maybe on frame 25. And I'm going to highlight back to all the frames except one, and I'm going to convert to keyframe. Now each one of these now has the ball. So first frame as our starting one, I want to give you an example of what we're going to do. Here's an example. You see these balls going. Now number 1 accomplishes the job, but 2 is much better in that it exaggerates. So remember, we want to exaggerate our animations. And we're going to repeat this one right now. And this is a sideways one. Eventually we're going to have it bouncing across the screen. So what we can do, we have our first frame there. I'm going to go to frame 2, and I'm going to click and drag. And you can see the previous frame sort of peeking beneath. Or at least its starting point. Now notice how that's not all that helpful for making smooth animations. But we do have this option to turn on some onion skinning, which allows us to see through to the previous frames. So if you turn that on, the other frames bleed through. If you go to the outlines, you just get a faint green outline. And then this dark gray shaded area in your timeline allows you to control how long you can click and drag you want your onion skins to show, whether you want it before and after, just before, just after, or to have it extending a long time. So I'm going to click on frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. And you might want to just get them spaced initially. And then you can go back and fine-tune it. One thing to keep in mind, as the ball is moving, as it goes faster, the space between the previous frame is going to be farther, and as the ball slows down, it is going to be closer. So after impact, right before the ball hits the bottom, say gravity is what was moving this, the frames would be farther apart, the images, and after it hits and starts off, it's going to start off a little slower and then gradually pick up speed until gravity stops it at the top of its apex. Now if I want to play it, you can just hit enter, or you can go up to the control options, play, rewind, and so forth. Now as the ball, I'm going to jump down here to just about impact. As the ball hits, it's going to flatten. So for that we can use our free transform tool to sort of make it squish a little. And then you can use, this is called scrubbing the playhead, moving this back and forth. Excuse me for all the sniffles, I have a cold. And then you can also change your frames per second down here. 24 frames per second is pretty fast. I think most movies and TV might be like 11 frames per second. You can always do that. Now also, as the ball's getting closer, with gravity, oops, that's not good. You can sort of extend it, make it look like gravity sort of pulling this ball. The key is, I think the key is patience on this. You can always add more frames. So as I start over, I'm going to slow that down. So you can see the ball starts to elongate, then hits. And if it's moving fast and takes a big bounce, our next frame may be all the way up here. And we might want to go for that egg shape again, because it's really smacking that pavement and rebounding. So that's something we want to try for. Keep working on this and get it spaced out, and then you want to go in and fine-tune the details. You can always right-click down here. You'll find that sometimes these frames can be a pain, but you should be able to add some, select some, put some in at the beginning or wherever.